Rant with Alex and Alonzo coming up next.
Live from the Rant Radio Network, you're listening to Real Estate Rant with your host, Alex Alanis,
and your co-host, Mr. Alonso Rodriguez.
No problems, just solutions for real estate needs, hot topics, and controversial chat. Welcome to Real Estate Rant. I'm your host, Mr. Alex Alanis, and to my left here, my broker, Mr. Alonso Rodriguez. How are you, sir?
And man of many talents, may I add? Very good, Alex, very good.
Here at the towers of the Rant Radio Network, the big foundation here of Southern California. We're about to drop a bomb here in Southern California and become popularized.
Welcome to another hour of the most exciting and informative show you'll ever hear.
You're killing me. You're killing me. Give us a call, 855-693-4897, or you can email us at realestaterantradio@gmail.com. If I said that too fast, I will say it slower. 855-693-4897. If you happen to be watching, that number will be posted on the screen. We won't be able to get to your emails today, but we will try to get to them in subsequent shows. Again, the email address, realestaterantradio@gmail.com. In-house today, we have Mr. Bobbin. How are you, sir?
Great, Alex. Thank you.
Welcome, Bobbin.
Mr. Pantalones, you got him. Okay, thank you, sir. Mr. Bobbin is with Legal Shield. He'll be helping us today with understanding what Legal Shield is all about, and also giving us the pros, really, about Legal Shield. And actually, I had the opportunity to talk with Bobbin yesterday, and he kind of made my head spin with a bunch of information, stuff that I didn't know. So it'll be a good show today. Thank you, Bobbin, for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you, sir. Just a quick shout out for Mr. Michael Aguilar and Associates and Stroke Awareness. If you may, Mr. Pantalones, Mr. Aguilar, you can visit his website at www.strokeawareness101.com. That's www.strokeawareness101.com. Or you can email Mike at michaelpaguilar@hotmail.com. And his number is also up on the screen. You can have an opportunity to give him a call if you're interested in having a good public speaker and having Mike tell his story about his personal experience with stroke and how to prevent it. There's some easy ways to prevent having a stroke, and Mike can share that information with you. Yes. If you happen to give us a call at 855-693-4897, you can win a $25 gift card to Stevens Steakhouse in the City of Commerce, compliments of Carlos Cruz and the Downey Chamber of Commerce. You can also win a $200 teeth whitening. If you're not so hungry, you can get your teeth whitened. $200 teeth whitening at Gardens Dental. They're at 7218 Garfield Avenue in the City of Bell Gardens. And Mr. Wallace Gonzalez with Solar City, he gave us a $25 gift card to Lazy Boy Cafe. Have you ever been there?
Sweet. Not at all. I don't even know what kind of food they serve there, Alex.
I don't either, but Jackie's been there, and she's told me a couple of things. Jackie's my wife. Wallace will give a... Yeah, exactly. Wallace will give us a $25 gift card to that Lazy Boy Cafe. If you happen to call them, call into the show, or you can call Wallace at 626-483-5749. That's 626-483-5749, and I'll repeat that a few times during the show. If you call in and get a evaluation of your home for solar panels, Wallace will be willing to give you that gift card. And if you happen to call into the show, we have a gift card here as well that we can give you. Now, we would like to have a question for Bobbin, myself, or Alonso for any of the topics of the show or about Legal Shield. So why don't we throw up the design deal, Mr. Pantalones, if you will. Last couple of weeks, we've had this particular design up, and I think we might reveal the answer. This particular home, we probably see more back east. Rather large. We're not used to seeing homes that large, right, Mr. Bobbin?
No, not at all.
Well, how would you like to live in one of those bad boys, huh?
Oh, I would love to live in one of those.
Yes.
I could imagine waking up in the morning and walking out that balcony and in my what do they call those?
Your smoking jacket, right?
No. What do they call those briefs, those tight briefs, the tighty whities and stretching out there.
You're killing me. The tighty whities, they like that. I wouldn't mind having a house like that, I'll be honest with you, but exactly. Give us a call, 855-693-4897, if you happen to know what kind of house this is. And we did have the multiple choice up on the screen there. So you have a 1/3 chance of winning that gift card. So Mr. Alonso,
yes, sir.
if you happen to email us in subsequent shows at realestaterantradio@gmail.com. Mr. Alonso likes to check those emails. And what did we get this week, sir?
This week's question comes from Mina out of Los Angeles, and it reads, how can I protect my family from lead in the home? And are other inspections required? She might be purchasing a home, and it's a kind of like a twofold question.
Really quick, how is the name spelled? Amina?
Mina.
Oh, Mina. Because when you said Amina, I thought that may be somebody I know. She's an attorney that we're working with. Anyway, I thought maybe she was teasing me. But Mina, well, I don't know. Did you?
And I thought my jokes were bad.
Well, exactly. Exactly. What did you research that question at all?
Yes. Well, it's how can you protect your home from lead in your house? You got to consider, first of all, if your home was built before 1978, you want to have an inspection for lead-based paint. It's important that you paint over the flakes, the chips.
Paint over them?
Paint over the flakes.
Yeah, but shouldn't we like water blast first or
Oh,
get rid of that?
I'm sure that can help, scraping it all off. But I mean, it's just to prevent it. If it's chip paint, just paint over it. I mean, we're looking for a quick fix. I mean,
Mr. Alonso,
it's a temporary fix.
If I can interrupt, maybe we can get to the question after we got a call.
Oh, sure.
All righty. Thank you for calling Real Estate Rant. How can I help you today?
Hello?
Yes, hello. This is Alex with the Real Estate Rant.
I can't hear anything.
Hello? I can hear you.
Hello?
Hello? I don't know. It looks like we're having some technical difficulties here. I'm going to put you on hold, caller. Oh, okay. Mr. Pantalones, the caller can't hear me?
Oh, there's no, I can barely hear you.
Oh, okay. How can we help you today?
Hi, I have the answer to the design house.
Oh, okay. Are you watching the show? Are you listening to the show?
I am watching and listening to it at the same time.
Oh, okay, so you're seeing the multiple choice up on the screen.
Mr. Caller, Mrs. Caller, let me ask you a question first of all. How do I look in black?
How do you look in black? Well, you're in color as far as I can see.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to make sure you were watching the show and you're not lying to me.
You guys are comedians as well, right?
All right. Well, I could say, Mr. Alonso, you look very
Thank
good
you,
in
thank
back.
you.
Yeah,
You kind of skipped the handsome part today. That's why I just had
throw
someone
that
to
in there.
reassure it.
Right on. Well, I should say Mr. Bobbin looks pretty good himself today.
Oh yeah,
huh?
Bobbin's always looking sharp.
He
I like
looks,
that both sound.
Mr. Bobbin looks like he's ready to serve some pizza. You probably heard that all day today. huh?
All day. That's all I've been hearing.
That's
And
what I figured.
picnics.
Well, I had a poke on it, but okay, caller. So let's end the suspense. Which one you picking on that?
Letter B, Queenslander.
Queenslander. Okay, right
Queenslander.
on. If we can have some applause there, Mr. Pantalones.
Is that a correct answer?
That I believe that is a correct answer. The Queenslander. Oh, there you go. Well, at least we have a winner now for the gift card.
Yay.
And we'll discuss the gift in just a second, but I did want to say the Queenslander architecture is a modern term for the vernacular type of architecture of Queensland, Australia. So when I said back east, I was incorrect. These homes are known to be out in Australia. It also mentions that these homes are in South Wales. So
England?
South Wales? No. Wales? Where's Wales at?
I thought it was England. Help me out, Bobbin.
Is it England?
I thought it was part of England.
Oh, okay. Well, it might be. I might be wrong about that. But caller, you did win the multiple choice today. It is a Queenslander. Would you be interested in one of the gift cards or a teeth whitening?
The teeth whitening, please.
Teeth whitening. Okay, you got it. I'm going to put you on hold, and my engineer here will get your information. Okay, thanks for calling.
So going back to the question we had earlier.
Okay. Let's read the question again, Alonso, because I'm already.
All right. It said, "How can I protect my family from lead in the home?"
From lead.
Lead in the home, yes.
Well, don't shoot it.
Don't eat your pencils.
That was a joke. That was
Is
a
it
joke.
don't eat your pencils?
Well, that's another way to protect your family, right? In terms of the lead. Okay, so you said you did some research on it. You mentioned painting over lead-based
Well,
paint.
first of all, like I said, make sure the house, usually homes built before 1978, you always want to inspect them, homes built prior, because the paint had lead. And if there is chips on the paint, you want to paint over them. You might want to also, if it's on the outside, you want to plant grass, they say. You want to plant grass so that,
well, what does that do exactly? So
it has some kind of effect on the soil, so it can temporarily repair the lead by planting the grass over. It's a temporary fix. You always still want to call a lead abatement contractor, just to make sure that there isn't any lead on there.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
And that's that's basically the quick fixes. But I mean, after that, you really need to get a contractor out there and make sure they do all the special testing they need to be done, and make sure it's not in your home.
Now, I do know something about lead-based paint. I was actually talking with a contractor. I used to do appraisals way back when, and when they were building the homes there in the early 2000s, obviously those are built after 2000, so they're using non-lead-based paint. Those contractors or those new homes, after you see them for, I want to say 3 or 4 years, the paint is chipping. So actually, lead-based paint lasts longer than the paint that you see now, and that's the reason why they put lead in the paint. But the problem with lead-based paint is that it's been known that children will pick up the chips, like if they're candy, and put them in their mouths and get poisoned, right? And in terms of the topic,
boring.
Yeah,
You're
exactly.
boring everybody.
Oh, gee,
Quit
well, thank
boring
you.
everyone.
in terms of the topic today for Legal Shield, that could potentially be a legal problem for some individuals. That in terms of disclosure now for the real estate agents and the sellers of property, it's important that they have those types of disclosures.
We're coming up on a break. Don't touch that mouse.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back with some more Real Estate Rant.
Real Estate Rant and AGR Realtors are proud supporters of Michael Aguilar and Associates, advocates for stroke awareness and integrative healthcare.
In February 2012, I suffered a stroke due to high blood pressure. I was rushed to the hospital where I was admitted for the next 30 days. I was initially told I may have to stay in the hospital for about 3 months, but I made rapid improvements in my recuperation and continued to improve to this day.
When Michael left the hospital, he did not have insurance to cover his rehabilitation, so he focused on integrative healthcare to get better. At the end of 2013, seeing a need for stroke awareness, Michael started his own company, Michael Aguilar and Associates, to focus on creating awareness about the dangers of high blood pressure and stroke.
If you would like more information, please call me at 562-464-7297, or you can visit my website at www.strokeawareness101.com.
Michael Aguilar and Associates, creating awareness and saving lives one person at a time.
Do we have your attention? When it comes to tequila, 2 things matter: heart and passion. Never compromising integrity for mass production. Number 1 Tequila delivers the goods. Taste the heart and passion of Mexico in every bottle. We make it right. We make it fun. Superior Tequila. There's only number 1. There's only number 1. There's only number 1.
Been in an accident? Then you need your vehicle professionally repaired. That's exactly what you get when you bring your vehicle to Greg's Auto Body Repair. 3 quotes within minutes. We will provide everything you need for a hassle-free auto body repair, from an accurate estimate to working with your insurance company. We will get your vehicle to its pre-accident condition as soon as possible. Greg's Auto Body has been serving Los Angeles County and local cities since 1970. Call us at 562-789-1300.
A home is the biggest investment in most people's lives. Buying or selling should be a positive experience.
Whether you want to be a wealthy real estate investor or just trying to find a place to call home, at AGR & Associates, we focus on the client's needs.
We understand the market better than most. Let us bring the value to you and make the right choice.
AGR & Associates, making your dream house a reality. Call us today for a free consultation at 562-882-1976. Or you can log on to www.agrrealtors.com.
With a track record of great results, bringing knowledge, wisdom, and expertise to you. Hablamos español. Live from the Rant Radio Network,
You're listening to Real Estate Rant with your host, Alex Alanis.
and your co-host, Mr. Alonso Rodriguez.
No problems, just solutions for real estate needs, hot topics, and controversial chat. And we are back here at the Real Estate Rant, here at the towers of the Rant Radio Network. I'm your host, Mr. Alex Alanis. To my left here, my broker, Mr. Alonso Rodriguez. How are you, sir, again?
Very good, very good.
1 minute after the 1 second after the break. Thank you, Mr. Pantalones. Joining us in studio today, we have Mr. Bhavin Singh. And, I'm picturing, okay, because I've got 6 kids, okay, and one of the things that we talk about when we're having children is their names. What names are they going to choose for them? And I can see your mom and dad, right? They're thinking, we want a really good name for our son. So they picked Bhavin, right? But that's not the full name.
No.
They had to make it even better, right? By saying Bhavin Deep, right? And I'm thinking, man, that's just Bhavin Deep. Yeah, And I really like your name. Let me
Thank
put it that
you.
way. Okay.
Thank you.
So Mr. Bhavin Deep Singh's here, director of Legal Shield, and he's here to share with us the goings on of Legal Shield. Mr. Bhavin Deep, give us a short explanation as to why this is a career choice for you and what made you choose Legal Shield.
All right. Well, actually, I was how I fell into Legal Shield. I was 22 years old, so it was about 7 years ago, and I was actually utilizing services from a phone company, and they were charging me $26 a month for a product of theirs that I wasn't using. And so I said, you know what? I'm not going to pay the $26. I was 22. I didn't know anything about that ruining my credit.
Was this over time? It was over.
It was over a few months.
Oh, right on.
So it was a little over actually $52 because I had 2 of their products, according to them, spanned over a couple of months that they sent my name to collections for. Now you figure at $100, couple $100, you don't want that to ruin your credit. And again, I didn't know anything about that. So I was getting ready to pay the money, and then I was introduced to Legal Shield, and I said, you know what? I never thought, it never crossed my mind to use an attorney, and I used the attorney, and I got that wiped off my credit, and I got everything taken care of just with one letter from a law firm.
And how did that kind of leak over to you now becoming a director now of Legal Shield?
After that, I just said, people every day get taken advantage of, and they don't know that they're being taken advantage of because sometimes the cost of the situation that they're being taken advantage of, it's not worth it to hire an attorney for that situation, so they just pay off that situation. And I said, you know what? I think everybody needs to at least know about the service.
Right on, right on. So let's take a step back here for a second then. What is Legal Shield?
Basically, what Legal Shield is, it's more, I like to answer that kind of more like what Legal Shield does.
Okay, because you're starting to laugh. That's what.
Okay. But basically what it does is it gives you the ability to talk to an attorney on any matter without worrying about the high hourly costs.
Okay, okay.
And that's for an annually fee or a monthly fee? How does that work?
It's a month-to-month service. There's a lot more that's entailed in it. And what I like to let people know is it's, if I can share an example.
Absolutely.
For example, my cousin's an attorney. Now, she does corporate law, and she practices out in Boston. Now, if I have a real estate question in Southern California, she can't help me. I need a real estate question answered by a real estate attorney in Southern California because the laws, for the most part, are different in each state. So it's a month-to-month service that gives you the ability to talk to an attorney in any state of the United States and 4 provinces of Canada.
So it follows you wherever you go. Say I'm paying for Legal Shield today in California. I signed up in California, and for some reason I'm in a business trip in Washington. Now it's going to cover the attorney in Washington.
Absolutely.
If I happen to
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I apologize. No, absolutely, it does cover you. I actually had a gentleman that has real estate property in Alabama who lives in San Pedro, California, and he was able to have a real estate attorney in Alabama take care of his situation for him in Alabama.
And that's very how can I say it?
Right-
Very
right on,
wise,
Bartolo,
very
right on.
wise on the part of a real estate investor, anyone owning property in different states, because some states are attorney states and they do only deal with attorney and contracts.
Yeah, they don't have escrows.
Exactly.
Yeah, they don't have escrow companies. They only deal with attorneys and the title companies, and they don't have escrows out there to be like the intermediary, and to not be local, and now having a service. So if I was a real estate investor, and let's say I had the service, I'll play devil's advocate, and let's say I want to buy a piece of property in Chicago. So if I'm here in Southern California and I'm a member here in Southern California, who would I call to?
Well, actually, what you would do is you would call the law firm here in Southern California, and the law firm here would actually, in turn, contact the law firm that's part of the Legal Shield provider network. They would contact that law firm in Southern California, and that attorney would contact you back. And you can talk to them as long as you want, and you won't get a bill for that conversation.
Is there certain amount of time you're allowed to talk to them? Because I'm sure, I mean, I'm sure that you have like a plan or something that they're gonna say certain minutes, certain hours of contract reading, or there has to be a specific
Alonso likes
time frame.
Alonso likes to rant. Let me tell you, he can keep him on the phone for a while.
No, it's actually unlimited. You can call about anything and talk to them as long as you want, and it's unlimited, which is unheard of for when it comes to dealing with attorneys.
Yeah, because the way I picture an attorney is with an hourglass, flipping it over, and if there's $300,
Yeah.
flipping it another $300. So
Well,
I'm kind of like,
added to that, this is how I picture an attorney. Okay, you've probably seen the pictures of when somebody's sitting there with the therapist, and they're actually facing away from the therapist, and the therapist is asleep or eating a sandwich or something in the back, not even paying attention to what they're saying, right? Not only are they flipping the hourglass, but they're also not even listening to what you're saying. You know
they're just answering, yeah,
yeah, exactly.
yeah, okay.
They put the little recording on, right? Yeah. So anyway, so I'm calling this attorney, sir. So in other words, they're going to refer me to somebody. Let's say that I want to buy something in Chicago. They're going to refer me to somebody in Chicago that's with the law group, or how are the attorneys associated to Legal Shield?
That's a good question. What it is Legal Shield actually has a provider network of law firms. So in each state, there's a provider law firm in each state that's in that closed network of Legal Shield. Now, a lot of these law firms, they are, the average law firm in any state is either AV or BV rated, which is the two highest ratings you can get. And what happens is, so coming back to your question about wanting to talk to someone in Chicago, you can contact the law firm in Chicago directly, but like most of us, I live out here in Southern California. I don't know the law firm in Chicago. So instead, I would rather call my law firm here and have them just reach out to someone in the provider network in Chicago and have that attorney call me back. And I can, again, talk to them unlimited about anything I want. We have a joke. We usually say, even if you're legally lonely, you can pick up the phone and talk to someone.
And let me ask
That
you,
is funny.
let me ask you another question, Bob. And how about, does that include your spouse? Can your spouse call the attorney also, or is there another cost to that?
Yeah.
Actually, that's a good question. In one membership, it covers the member, their spouse, or significant other, and the member, the spouse, or significant other, any children that they have that have never been married up to the age of 26, any children that they have that are physically or mentally challenged, any age for as long as they're here, basically. And it'll cover anybody that you're the legal guardian for up to the age of 18. So it's basically one plan, one family.
I love the sound effects. I'll be honest with you. I asked Mr. Pantalones to be very graceful with his presence. So let's back up a little again, Mr. Bavin, if we can. Is there a need for attorneys in Legal Shield?
there is a need for attorneys, but I think the reason why I do what I do is because I never thought to use an attorney for little things. We associate attorneys with, well, I need to open up a business, or I'm being sued, or I need to sue someone, or I'm a criminal. That's what attorneys are typically associated with.
You're a criminal?
I'm not a criminal.
Okay.
I got a DUI. I need you to bail me out of jail. Or
Oh, that's the often one. Yeah, exactly.
So, but that's what people typically associate attorneys for, because, and most of the time there are everyday situations that would require using an attorney, but again, the cost of the attorney outweighs the cost of the situation, so it doesn't make sense to hire an attorney for that type of a situation.
The yellow messages came from Mr. Mike Davis. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
So does that kind of answer your question?
It really does. Yeah, no. And I'm trying to get that out, but you had given us a fire extinguisher example.
Well, it's kind of like, and that's the thing I was sharing with Alex, that a lot of people, I think what happens is we live in a very reactive society, not a proactive, or respond. Like we respond when something happens, right?
I'm sorry, but
oh,
if I can just interrupt you just for if you can hold that thought for a second, we got
Absolutely.
a phone call. Thank you for calling Real Estate Rant. How can I help you today? Yes, hello. I think we're having some technical difficulties there, Mr. Pantalones.
I think they just don't like you answering the phone, Alex.
Is that what it is? Give it a try, Alonso.
Hello, caller. Can you hear me? I guess they don't like none of us.
Yeah, it looks like maybe they hung up on us. Okay. Okay, I'm sorry, Mr. Bob. Maybe you were saying.
No, that's okay. So I was just saying, what I like to educate people on is they typically wait for something to happen before they take action. So the analogy I give is it's kind of like if I came to you and I'm saying, hey, why don't you buy this fire extinguisher? And you say, oh, no, you know what? Let me wait until my house catches on fire and then I'll call you to get it. It doesn't make sense, right?
That's kind of like the example that the other guy gave us too from the alarm company also, right? He was saying that he went out and sold an alarm to a couple, and they didn't want to buy it from him. Yeah, and then they called him back after the next week after they had ripped them off. They broke into their home and cleaned them out. So it's now they were calling them, after the fact, and that's very true. I guess that's kind of like human instinct. That's what we tend to do. We want to hold on to our dollars to the very last moment. At least I'm like that. I'm like that absolutely myself. I procrastinate until I see, I should have done that. Then it's too late.
Can I do this? Is that?
What, are you a wrestler now? Are you a wrestler now? Or what? We'll be right back. Don't touch that mouse. Stay tuned. We'll be right back with some more Real Estate Rant.
Add some crazy flavor to your vape pen. You're looking for something new and exciting in liquid vapor? Go to Crazy Cloud's e-juice. Find them at burstoflavor.com and try any of the new 12 flavors they have available. Blueberry, mint, raspberry, chocolate, gummy bear, hemp, watermelon, cola, orange, pina colada, coconut, or Red Bully. Call us today at 855-WE-BURST or visit us at burstoflavor.com and order yours today.
The Share Foundation is the health division of the Coy Chiropractic Institute, a 501c3 509A2 public nonprofit organization dedicated to the growth and development of the natural healthcare services, in particular through the chiropractic profession, offering health services at the Share clinics in the greater Los Angeles area. Your donations can help in expanding these facilities across the nation, research programs, and public education, thus offering a solution to the many of the health challenges we face. Your donations are tax deductible and can be sent through our website at www.sharefoundation.com. That's www.cherfoundation.com by clicking on the donation button. Thank you.
The experts know that for pastry, Baker's Bodega has it all. Exclusive brands like Westco Bankmark, Satin Ice, and Pastry Pride. One-on-one day seminars for cake decorating and gelatin art. So for our service, wide range of ingredients and supplies, and for the low prices, Baker's Bodega has it all. But you don't need to be an expert. Baker's Bodega, 7869 Paramount Boulevard in Pico Rivera. Come, we're waiting for you.
Hey, bro, this is a good game. You know what would make it better?
What, bro?
A michelada.
A michelada? What's a michelada?
A michelada is somewhere in the middle of a Mexican Bloody Mary and a Mexican margarita.
Oh, I got you covered, bro.
You got a cup in your pocket?
No, sir. I got my pocket-sized michelada. Mucho macho michelada.
Pocket size?
Pocket size, so you can take it with you anywhere you go.
Where'd you get that at?
At the nearest convenience store, and you can also buy it at muchomachomichelada.com.
You know what would make it better? After we get drunk, if they had a line we could call.
We can call their drunk line. You can leave a message and then log on to the site and listen to your stupidity afterwards.
What's that number?
It's 855-MICHE-69.
What's that number again?
855-MICHE-69.
Awesome. Mucho macho michelada.
What's up, guys? Sports Guru
and Bud Knocker
from the Sportscast, Wednesdays, 12 to 2 Pacific on Rant Radio Network.
We got everything you need to know about sports. We got all the latest video highlights. We got You Got Knocked the Fuck Out. We got Bonehead of the Week. We're talking sports, drinking beer, and having a good time.
If you missed the show, go to rantradionetwork.com and listen on demand. So check us out every Wednesday, 12 to 2 on Rant Radio Network.
Live from the Rant Radio Network,
You're listening to Real Estate Rant with your host, Alex Alanis,
and your co-host, Mr. Alonso Rodriguez.
No problems, just solutions for real estate needs, hot topics, and controversial chat. And we are back here at the Real Estate Rant with Alex and Alonso, and in-house today we have Mr. Bhavin Deep Singh, Director of Legal Shield. You can reach Bhavin at 714-458-3901. And looks like Bhavin has a website here as well. And I don't know if that's a phone call or is that Mr. Pantalones' cell phone. Please silence your cell phone, Mr. Pantalones. You can reach Bhavin on the website at bhavandeep.legalshieldassociate.com. I'll read that again. BHAV as in Victor, ANDEEP .legalshieldassociate.com. That's a website that you can visit and read more on Legal Shield. And Mr. Bhavin is kind enough to join us today and share this information with us. And you just gave us a fire extinguisher example, Mr. Bhavin. I mean, it's a good point, but a lot of times, it's about affordability. I mean, we can put all the insurance in the world if we could afford it, right? But it's my understanding now that Legal Shield is affordable.
Yeah.
What does it cost, if you don't mind me asking?
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Well, it's typically when someone asks me that question, it's about $1 a day. It's $1 a day, roughly. But also, what I like to let people know is that number is, without understanding what you get for that dollar, all it is just another number. So, it could be $10 or $100 or $1,000, but if there's nothing attached to it, it's just a number figure.
So
it is about $1 a day.
What you're saying is that the change that you have at the end of the day, because every morning, every evening, I reach into my pocket and I pull throughout the day, I might be purchasing things at the liquor store. I might be, at a market, or I might be at a store. So I've got some change in my pocket. Mm-hmm. The change that I pretty much throw in my little bin, that could be for Legal Shield. I'm legally protecting myself on a referral basis. Now, I'm not getting free legal services, but you're saying it's at a discount.
Well, it's that monthly service includes one of the things, like we discussed, is the ability to talk to the attorney and not get the $300, $400, $500 an hour that they charge when you're paying that $1 a day. So.
One of the important things that I think a consumer needs to know is what do you actually use Legal Shield for? And I was on the website on their website actually, and I kind of liked what I saw. It says you can use them for family matters, divorce, adoption, child custody, for muy violations, for auto accidents. Estates, you can actually have them write your wills and healthcare power of attorneys. For bankruptcy, also they have some kind of service, and also property disputes and foreclosure. So I thought it was kind of like important for the consumer to know what do you actually use the attorneys for. Not just you're paying that and you're hoping you get arrested and then you use them. No, there's many other services that an attorney can provide for you.
And just another added level in terms of the question, it's my understanding there's different levels of membership as well.
Yeah, there's different levels. We have the basic level, which doesn't include the identity theft protection. And then we also have different memberships for businesses too. A lot of businesses need contracts reviewed or need, some kind of business questions. They want to set up a corporation, and we have that available to them just for having the Legal Shield membership, which, coming back to the cost real quick, so is month to month. So you're not locked into anything.
That doesn't, I'm sure that doesn't include all that in it. It's part of the cost for the monthly fee. I mean, because it'd be great if I'm paying $30 and I'm going to file a corporation with you guys and it's only going to cost me $30 a month.
So actually, it really is that it's almost like it's too good to be true. Most of my clients that have used it, that have the business plan, or even clients that have the $30 plan, which doesn't cover it could cover the business depending on the type of business, but even for as little as $30 a month, you can pick up the phone, talk to an attorney, and they can guide you through the process of setting up a corporation. But not to mention, you actually have all the forms available to you too, included in that $30 a month, or whatever plan you decide to get for your business.
So what are the different plans?
We have plans for people that have a home-based business. And all of these plans actually include protection for the family, for personal matters too. But we have plans for home-based business owners. We have plans for people that are self-employed, and we have plans for people that have, multiple employees, 8 or more employees. We have a separate plan for them as well.
I don't know. I'm kind of smelling a rat here. Just kidding. Bhavin, so let me tell you what I'm visualizing, and I'll play devil's advocate for a second. It's a trap. Yeah, exactly. Because there's different levels of the plan and you're paying into a certain thing. I mean, is it possible that if I call in, I'm kind of going to get the rinky dink? They're going to refer me to the rinky dink attorneys versus maybe the better attorneys. Because, in the real world, okay, and I'll just use a high profile case in terms of Michael Jackson, okay? He's got the money to hire, and you know where I'm going with this?
Johnny Cochran. Oh no, he's dead. Huh?
No, that was OJ. That was OJ Simpson.
Simpson.
OJ Simpson. But the thing is, they have the money now to hire a high-powered attorney. I mean, I can't see myself calling in and talking to a Johnny Cochran, in other words, or some of these other high-powered attorneys. Assumably, Legal Shield. I'm not getting to talk to them for $40 a month or $30 a month. What is your take on that in terms of the membership levels?
Well, and that's I encounter that question all the time.
Do you? Okay.
Yeah. And the membership levels actually have nothing to do with the types of attorney you talk to, because you could be paying at the basic level and I could be paying at the premium level, and we're still going to communicate with the same attorney.
Oh.
The thing is, these law firms, like in Southern California, our law firm, Legal Shield pays them almost $1.8 million a month to represent their clients, Legal Shield clients.
Wow, so you guys got that kind of pull coming in.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So what it is they get about a third of the memberships in the state. We have over 200,000 members in Southern California, or in California. So the law firm will get a third of that. And that's how each and every one of our law firms are all over the United States and Canada. So in California, to give you an example, what I usually tell people is their average hourly rate is about $400 or $500 an hour. Now, if you're my law firm and let's say Joe is paying you $500 an hour and I'm paying you $1 million a month, your level of service to me is going to be a lot higher than it is to him, to me and my clients.
I kind of like that contract. Well, would you mind signing here for me, please? I make a joke. Bob, you mentioned commercial. Is there different coverages under Legal Shield for commercial?
Say that again.
You mentioned commercial. You mentioned commercial businesses.
Okay, yes.
Is there a different coverage for commercial?
Yeah, business owners have different things that they might need to worry about. Maybe they have some business documents that they want to get reviewed for business matters. Maybe they want to expand their business if they're having issues with employees, having issues with vendors or suppliers, having issues with maybe somebody just, there was a situation, I think it was out in Bell Gardens, where there was a group of people that were driving around to businesses, and with no intention of going into the business, they would just pull up to the business. If there was no handicap sign or no handicap accessible, they were hitting these businesses with lawsuits left and right. So people are out there trying to do whatever they can to sue, and nothing against the people that were doing that, but they had no intention of going into the businesses. They were driving, and there was just off of Florence, there was a street of businesses that each and every business got hit with a lawsuit.
Yeah, so it's kind of twofold. That had to do with the ADA.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of frivolous lawsuits that came out on that particular part.
Yeah.
But in terms of real estate now, the ADA comes in pretty strong now with the commercial real estate. Now where you have to have the aisles opened up enough to where, the wheelchairs, you have to be able to ride a wheelchair in through some of those things. Legal Shield would be a protection mechanism for those businesses. But I would think more on the compliance side. In other words, it's less reactive and more proactive. An individual driving by and saying, "Oh yeah, look, they're not in compliance, so let's go sue those people," versus a business owner going in and saying, "Oh, you know what? I'm going to call my attorney up because I can do that now with Legal Shield, right? And I'm gonna get some advice on what I need to do to be in compliance."
Exactly.
So in other words, it's proactive.
Exactly.
Yeah. So the ADA thing, that was some years back, but it's still going on. I still hear stories about that.
It happened in my city too, in Brea. So it happened not more than a year ago.
So let's get into a little bit now about the member benefits. When we talked, you said there's a whole bunch of them. I said, okay, well, give me one.
Yeah.
Give me some member benefits, Mr. Bob, and you got the mic.
I'll go over just a couple of benefits that I think cater more towards an everyday usage type of situation. So I did talk about the unlimited phone consultation. They'll also write on an unlimited number of situations. They'll write letters and make phone calls on your behalf for whatever the situation is. For example, with my $50 situation with the phone company, I was able to have a law firm, an AV-rated law firm. I was able to have them write a letter on my behalf to the legal department of that company and got my situation taken care of. And I stress the most on that because if you and I file a complaint, if we contact the company about a complaint and we have our letterhead on there, it goes to the bottom of the pile in the customer service department.
Or it's going straight to the trash can.
Exactly.
They forget all about you.
Who's that? Oh, okay. Don't worry about him.
Yeah, exactly.
But when you have an attorney write a letter, it goes to the top of the pile in the legal department because it carries some weight with it. So it catches their attention. So just having that alone, it saves so many different. It saved my dad $70 because Sears didn't want to do what they said they were going to do. And again, in situations like that, who would think to call an attorney? It's a $70 situation.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I had read in the website, that it doesn't matter how much the claim is for. It's they're gonna give you the same service.
Yeah. If I can share a quick story, I encountered a lady, and this is not a financial situation.
It was just one lady.
It must be an inside joke.
I'll be honest with you. Most of the people that are listening right now are probably laughing very hard right now. It's because of that joke.
Hold that thought. We'll be right back.
Just one lady.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back with some more Real Estate Rant.
Looking for a delicious, fresh family meal that's ready when you are and easy on your budget? Welcome to Piara Pizza. We make our pizzas with handmade dough, 100% real cheese, and tomato sauce blended with our own spices. Nothing is ever frozen. We always have large pepperoni and cheese pizzas fresh and waiting for you for only $5. Or choose one of our specialty pizzas. We have veggie, meat lovers, supreme, and Hawaiian. Add an order of our amazing hot wings, cheesy bread, or breadsticks. Our locations are ultra modern, ultra clean, and open 7 days a week. Visit any one of our locations today, or check us out on the web at www.piarapizza.com. Piara Pizza. Fresh, hot, and ready for you when you come in. Stop in for your Piara Pizza today.
ProTech Carpet Tile and Care provides professional cleaning services for carpet, tile, grout, upholstery, and fine area rugs.
ProTech technicians are professionally trained and certified cleaning and restoration experts.
We specialize in restoring damage caused by heavy soil and odor.
We can remove challenging spots such as coffee, tea, ink, gum, wine, and many more.
We have saved our customers thousands of dollars on new flooring and furniture expenses with our advanced cleaning processes.
Call for a free estimate at 562-447-4300 and visit us on our website, www.myprotectsite.com.
Hey, this is Joe Perez, owner at ProTech. Just reminding you that ProTech Carpet and Tile Care is your professional choice.
What's wrong? I can't stop craving a cigarette. I just quit. Hey, what are you smoking on?
Oh, this? Best e-juice on the planet. Burst of flavor, of course.
What's that?
Only the best alternative to smoking with a great flavor. It has a burst of flavor in every puff.
Well, does it have nicotine?
It comes in different levels, including 0. They have 20 flavors and more coming. All the products are made in the U.S. Check them out at www.burstoflavor.com or call them at 855-WE-BURST.
Hey, let's burst together.
It's not just flavor, it's an experience. Cigarettes, you've met your match.
Looking for some swag? Make sure to check out monsterclothing.com. They got everything from v-necks, t-shirts, hoodies, baby dolls. And remember, custom orders are always welcome and much more. They're just not on the site yet. www.monsterclothingco.com or call them at 888-49-MONSTER. 888-49-MONSTER. Hablamos español. Doo-doo-doo!
Live from the Rant Radio Network,
you're listening to Real Estate Rant with your host, Alex Alanis,
and your co-host, Mr. Alonso Rodriguez.
No problems, just solutions for real estate needs, hot topics, and controversial chat. And we are back here at the Real Estate Rant, here at the towers of the Rant Radio Network. I'm Alex, and to my left here, my broker, Mr. Alonso Rodriguez. In-house today, we have Mr. Bhavandeep Singh, with Director of Legal Shield, here representing Legal Shield and helping us understand their product and their services. And you know, it's actually very informative, and I'll be honest with you, I think you might have a new customer with me, Mr. Bhavan. What about you, Alonso?
Well, could be
right on. So,
but before we get out of hand here, let's listen to the story that Bhavan was going to share right before we got cut off.
Right on.
So I was sharing that I had before you made the joke about just one lady.
Oh, okay.
I had a lady that actually, her son was being bullied in school, and he was coming home with bruises, and she didn't know what to do. The school district wasn't doing anything about it. So she actually called her law firm. She had the service, and she called her law firm, and the attorneys actually contacted the superintendent on her behalf. And as a result of that phone conversation, the bully was not only thrown out of the school, but also thrown out of the school district. And then the superintendent hired a teacher to homeschool that student until they graduated.
Wow.
All because she had access to the service. Because her son didn't want to go back to school anymore.
Well, that kind of brings a question now, because we talked earlier about a real estate attorney, possibly say in Chicago or what have you. Mm-hmm. There are different types of attorneys.
Yes.
Now, does Legal Shield have like a list of different types of attorneys that they deal with, or?
Our law firms are typically full service law firms. So, and I just want to put it out there, understand, I'm not an attorney. I never went to law school, and I have no intention of going to law school, because that's a lot of work, and you know me, that's just not for me.
And looking at you, Bob, and I would have never guessed, man.
All you were missing is a briefcase. I would
pretty much, you know, that may be the suit jacket, right? But other than that, we are like probably closer to the beginning of our first segment, Mr. Bhavan, and I didn't want to finish some of these other questions.
Absolutely.
But if I may, and we do get a lot of this with some of the individuals that we network with, can I get you to tie your bow tie?
Absolutely.
All right, Mr. Pantalones, if we can get some background music,
I,
please, sir.
undo it?
Absolutely.
You mind if can I remove this?
Yes, go ahead. Go
so I
ahead.
can-
Just move this way a little bit so they can see you there. Right on. So Mr. Bavin now is untying his tie. This is what you would see probably in the,
This,
in the
we will
evening
put
time.
this on YouTube. How to tie your bow tie.
Yeah, right on. Okay, so
So you got to make one side a little bit longer than the other. And then I'm not going to say all the description.
so you tie it kind of like a regular, like almost
Yeah.
like a shoestring.
Yeah,
right?
and it should still be a little bit longer. Flip it out of the way.
Oh,
you form
okay.
the first bow.
Tricky,
like that.
kind of jazzy like
so
that.
you
huh?
take this, you form the first bow, you bring this over, and then there's a little spot right here.
A little hole there.
A little hole there. I wanted
Okay.
to refrain from.
It's okay. You can say it. Bobby, go ahead.
Well, because a lot of jokes come about from it.
Right on.
Well, I was gonna say there's a little hole there, and you stick it through there, and then you form
it.
the other bow, and then you just tie
You
it.
just pull it tight. Look at that. Right on. If we can get a round of applause there, Mr. Pantalones. Thank you, Bobby, for sharing that with us.
Believe it or not, Alex, I bought a bow tie and I tried to tie it and I go, what do I do with this now?
Well, it's funny, but
I'm probably gonna go back and look at the video like 20 times before I can learn how to do that bow.
Yeah, now you have it recorded, right? But even then, I think I would have problems tying that tie. Thank you for sharing that, Mr. Bobin. I
you.
know that I don't want to embarrass
Can
you.
we
here on
see
the
it one more time, please?
Oh, there goes Mr. Pantalones. No, he would like to see it. No, we're on our last segment, so I don't want to waste time. I'd like to get more down to we talked a little bit more about different types of attorneys,
Mhm.
right? And
Well, there's an interesting question that caught my eye, which was one of what happens if you're on the opposition of Legal Shield and you're a member of Legal Shield.
What do you mean?
Yeah, so if someone is suing you with Legal Shield counseling and you're also a member, now is there any kind of conflict of interest in that part, or how do you?
If there's two parties that are involved that are Legal Shield, they're both Legal Shield members, then let's say you are suing me for Legal Shield. You're a Legal Shield member and you're suing me, and let's say you use the law firm that we have here in California because our situation is here in California. Then to avoid the conflict, the law firm will actually, and this is something I thought was pretty neat. The law firm will actually go out to their referral partners and hire the referral partners, so you get your continued Legal Shield benefits from them. Just because they don't, you don't want to create that conflict of interest either with two.
So the both parties would get outside representation other than Legal Shield attorneys, or
No.
will one still remain with the Legal Shield attorney?
For example, so let's say you sued me today and we're both Legal Shield members and you're using your Legal Shield service to take action against me. I would be referred out to one of to one of Parker Stanberry's referral partners to grant me my legal benefits, my Legal Shield benefits, and Parker Stanberry would hire them to represent us. Does that answer your question?
Kind of, yeah, it does. So you're not represented by the same attorneys or same law firms. You're referred out. At least one of the parties would be referred out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't necessarily see the conflict there, but even with the California Association of Realtors, we have we have a legal resource that we can call in, and they can open a file and a case with the California Association of Realtor Attorneys.
Mhm.
But if the other party has already called, then they have to send us to a different party, a different attorney service. I don't understand the conflict. Mainly because these are individual attorneys.
Yeah.
I don't see that as being necessarily under the same umbrella. Like they don't work for the same company.
Yeah, I don't understand it either. And it might partially be because I don't, I didn't go to law school, so I don't know how attorneys operate. But I guess that's just the way it is.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, just a question that came to my mind.
That's a good question.
What are some of the other benefits that a member would get on a monthly service plan?
So on top of the consultation and the letters and phone calls, again, it's unlimited. So it doesn't matter If it's a $5 situation or a $500,000 situation, it's unlimited from the trivial to the traumatic. But on top of that, they'll also get unlimited contract and document review for personal reasons. So that, if someone has real estate, they can get their real estate contracts reviewed. Now, it's up to 15 pages per contract and document. So typically, if the contract is more than 15 pages, a lot of times the contract might include pages that aren't necessarily required. I don't know how to describe it. Basically, what the attorney will do is the attorney will tell you what pages to print out or what pages to forward to them. And in some cases, they'll take the entire contract and review the whole thing. So they'll do, but again, it's unlimited number of contracts and documents.
And then, sorry for cutting you off there,
No, it's
Bob, a
okay.
bit. I understand also that they did mention here a little bit about probate and trust and wills. So that's another service that Legal Shield also provides, or is that?
Yes. Well, I was going to touch on that too, actually, which is really good that you brought it up, is having a will. Of course, we need to have a trust or an estate planning, but most people can't even get a will. Sometimes they don't know where to get one because it's too expensive, or or they don't want to think about that particular situation. So what Legal Shield said is, you know what, we're going to make the cost of the will affordable just for trying out the membership, because it's month to month. We'll give the member and the spouse a will, a living will, and a healthcare power of attorney, again, just for trying out the service. So it is included in there.
So that comes with your service. Once you sign up, you tell them, all right, give me my power of attorney, my will, and my estate planning, everything.
Exactly.
You talked a little bit about contract review and document review. Us as real estate agents, there's a stigma that I think that when you hear real estate agent, you automatically hear shark or
Lawsuit.
Lawsuit? Is that what you hear?
That's what I think about when.
I don't know. Some people tell me that
Never heard lawsuit.
What do you think of when you hear realtor? What's the first thing that comes to mind?
Be honest now, Bob.
Honest, just be honest. Come on now.
There's nothing. I've never encountered a negative experience. So there's.
Oh
nothing
well,
that,
you've never bought a house, obviously.
Yeah.
But most realtors have a bad rap.
Okay.
Yeah. Most realtors have a bad rap. So
And that's another satisfied client I can see.
Well, exactly. When you talk about document review, I can see the benefit of having. I can see the benefit of having the service, because if you don't necessarily trust your realtor, you can send your contracts into the attorney and they'll take a look at them for you, and they'll tell you, hey, these parts of the contract or the terms and conditions, I may not necessarily agree with and recommend a change.
Absolutely.
And really, you tell the realtor what to do on that end. So here at Real Estate Rant, and because we deal with AGR and Associates, we don't have to deal with that particular thing. But to the general consumer,
Is that Jaws music?
It is.
Is he trying to say we're sharks? Is he trying to say we're sharks or what?
Yeah. So you understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So to the general consumer, having Legal Shield when you're buying a home could definitely be a benefit. And thank you for the shark music, by the way, Mr. Pantalones.
Not only that, Alex, it will make our job a lot easier, when they go to their attorney to explain the contracts, and instead of having us sit there long hours trying to drill them, and they're still not going to believe us. So it'll make our job a whole lot easier.
Can you imagine that? Okay, well, we will be having a show next week with MT Evictions is joining us next week. We'll be on at 3:30 again next Wednesday, I believe. What's the date next week? The 23rd, if I remember correctly. We were going to have Paulina on with MT Evictions. She's going to be representing that eviction service, which is also a legal service, right? So it seems like we're in the month of June. We're doing the legal stuff. But Mr. Bobbin, thank you for coming to the show and sharing with it. I'd love to have you back on at another time so we can continue on with the interview. There's probably a lot more that you have to share. And I think that Legal Shield is a good service for homeowners and also for individuals that find themselves in certain situations. Don't get caught being burnt before you buy the fire extinguisher.
Exactly.
Was that the example that you gave us?
That was good enough.
All right.
Don't let your house burn. Buy the fire extinguisher ahead of time.
Right on. And Anyway, so join us next week, 3:30, same time, same place. Alex and Alonso here at the Real Estate Rant.
Make sure you stay tuned for Indy 104.
No more.
Thanks for tuning in to Real Estate Rant
Radio. Make sure to join us every Wednesday at 10 a.m.
on the Rant Radio Network, where we talk about solutions to your real estate problems. The views and opinions expressed by the host or any guest on this show are encouraged to be followed up by a professional tax advisor or attorney, as we are not qualified or authorized to give advice in two areas: legal matters and tax matters.
Did you ever want to have your own radio show?
No.